first set of the second week of league play. Tantalus versus Gates of Guinea. Liar, Scarlet, and Trill versus Star Sample, Natalie, and Mwek. Listen, the prophecies were true. Star did say he'd pull out KA, and we do get to see a little bit of KA. I guess the legends be what they are. He did hold to his word. This is live, so we are going to get as current as possible. Boom. Let's do this. There we go. I'm excited to see this. I've heard stories have been told about this KA from Star Sample. Needs to pull it out in a league set. Interested to see how that actually plays out. I'm assuming it should be all three, right? Doesn't put 2 points in the one. Waiting for a leveling there. Interesting. So the KA is immediately going, instead of Bluestone into Glass Shield, Bluestone into Runeforge. Marty's going to Bluestone into Jotun's. As far as pressure goes, I mean, normally I would say Gates of Guinea should win the natural matchup, this Ares being the facilitator of it. I am interested to see if it can turn into a little bit of a player diff on these characters. We have yet to really see KA picked up and played. Tantalus, 2 members going to the minis, giving up purple buff to Gates of Guinea. Not feeling confident that they can actually step in. What's up, Jesse? Again, for those that's joining, this is live, so game number 1 between these two rosters for the first set of the second week. Nat, obviously being a fan favorite. Natalie believers, that's 100%. We're going to rally behind her. Listen, they did say they'd pull out the KA for Star Sample, and he lived up to that expectation. Neither team actually backing here, prepping for red, looking for T2s, content with actually staying. That's level 5s. Tantalus have a small advantage until waves cleared. Level 5 is now hit by all members of Gates of Guinea. Clap up to zone. Bologna might have to ult for secure if she wants to steal it. Instead, able to steal it with Scourge, i.e. disarm. Oh, hold on. X-Ball beadsing the KA ult. I feel like it's been an eternity since I've played against or with a KA in Joust. What's up, Senwu? A little out of sorts. Now we've seen this Bologna go Axe into Phalanx. I wonder if we're gonna see a Runeforge on this Bologna again. Her 3 actually proccing that Runeforge. I wonder if that is gonna be something they elect to pick up, or is she gonna stick with this Phalanx Berserker Shogun's Exekins? Not yet quite first items for Gates of Guinea. Both team just kind of farming away. So we got purple that went, actually both neutral buffs. I was about to say red should have went to Tantalus. However, both neutral buffs did go to Gates of Guinea. there's the phalanx. So, Jotun's full item spike and phalanx on this Bologna in preparation for this purple. Ares doesn't have blink to close gap. Second chain just missing. That K should go down with that pole. First blood going to Gates of Guinea to the Ares. Didn't even need multiple chains. Comfortable and confident with just one. It's a rough situation to be in if you're a KA. Red should be spawning. Genie might actually be able to path over and get both. These buffs are kind of staggered just enough. Yep. That is so rough. That's all three. Triple chain out. 2 on KA, 1 on Marty. The damage. The base damage on a Guardian doing a substantial amount to this Marty KA. I don't even know what your answer's got to be, right? Like, the Charlie's Terra has to get a clap on this Ares. But even then, the Ares is able to respond with an ultimate, assuming KA beats her down, just pull him or force big ult. It's just a rough situation picking KA first in draft. While we did ask for it and see it, put himself kind of behind the 8 ball, if you will. Yeah. We might have to blame Jesse for this one. Chat. Trying to have star sample plot. KA. Who knows? Maybe he comes from behind, he gets to an item spike, and it's really going to run away with it. So I lied about the Runeforge. He immediately went to Blackthorn. Yeah, I do agree. If we're going to pick KA in top 2, at the very least, you do have to kind of man that out. Unfortunately, maybe just missed out on those P's and V's and looked for something a little more prio. I'm curious what order that was. Yeah. I do like I get the Charon ban, however, I do believe you have to ban Ares over the Charon, especially when you're going KA. At the very least, I guess maybe the ban changes here instead of Hachi. I actually don't even know. When I'm looking at this team, like, where does Tantalus' win condition lie? Surely it's just gonna be Marty 5th item. We do always be a Nat believer. Maybe that is. Maybe I'm looking at the characterization, just over-analyzing a little too much, and just not expecting a player diff that Natalie and the Tantalus squad will be able to pull out. Ares pulling in the Terra. Bologna ults in, X-Ball ulting through, Marty forced to ult in response. Not enough damage for either team to pick a member. So result in Johnson and purple. So Gates of Guinea more than happy to take that trade. Take a little peek at the first blood spike. Not really done a ton since. Kind of stagnated in and out. Take a peek at leveling order. 2 max on the X ball. It's always been an interesting conversation. We start talking about X ball leveling, the 1, the 2, or the 3, depending on the playstyle. Failing straight into Midgard. She's not even gonna elect to go Runeforge. Maybe she drops an X-Year Kins here. More than happy to drop the double fizz. Like the base damage that this Ares is already doing to this KA with the Bologna's help is a little unfair as far as that trade goes. I wish I could check. I guess I can check this way. Who built it? Kins on X-Ball, so... What's your HP at? 2200, so 1.5. I guess the Kins isn't getting bad value at all. Thought maybe it was a little premature. But both tanks are above 2150 HP already, which is kind of insane considering we were going Kin second. But more than enough damage on the alt back in. KA just going down. I can already guarantee they are kicking themselves for not banning that Ares. That pressure that is not allowing this KA or Terra to really operate in any kind of capacity. There's the Shoguns. I don't know if he gets to a build. Specifically, you're going to go Jotun's Transcendence, Fail Not, Titans. I don't know if he actually reaches this 4th slot before Bird's under siege. Going into a dominance here, 3rd item for X-Ball. Bologna, Ares on purple, all Tantalus on the Johnson, securing that at minimum. They do have a bracer down, picked up by the Terra. It is just out of Tower Edge though, so we'll have to step out. I'm just looking at builds, looking at power spikes. I'm waiting. The big portion of this is going to be Marty once he hits Fail Not. I think the go button, you don't have any sustain built in this X-Ball. He can solo it, but he won't be able to sustain through it. So surely they have to look for a little poke or pressure pre-pulling Bull due to the build. Plenty of ward coverage up here by Gates of Guinea. 3 wards. But the one of the most important, obviously, being the 1 reg on Bull for Tantalus to know if they do pull. A level and a half, if not 2 level disparity by this KA. He's obviously on the receiving end of most of the aggression from Gates of Guinea. Red's pulled. The only blink that's on here is this blink for the Bologna. Deadly Kills, appreciate the subs. 3 months, man. Hopefully you're enjoying the league. Ares pulls. in Terra. Forces Marty for the CC immunity. I'm a little concerned. We don't have a ton of damage in turn, and this Terra is just now the target. The X-Ball chunking her down. Now the KA is locked down, forced to big ult. X-Ball backing. Marty is here. They possibly could win that trade because Blown ult is down. Same with Ares. X-Ball almost certainly pathing back. 19-second power play here on the Terra. He hesitated. Maybe he isn't going to pull, but he's definitely pathing toward Bull. There is a Reg Ward here, so they will 100% know. It's going to be called out by the Blona that KA is pathing toward. It will immediately result in a dash out. X-Ball more than happy to stay on ground. Plenty of farm up on the map. Red, purple, mini speed spawning now, so we can go this red, purple, wave, mini speed. But instead, Gates of Guinea want to immediately pull. No relics here for this Terra. It's going this Absolution. Is that gonna matter though, considering her ult is down, but Ares' ult is up. Pathing in could spell certain death. Bull already secured. Bologna blinking on this Marty. Marty forced to ult. Bologna waiting. KA pass in, but is alone. KA is chained. X-Ball able to auto that down. Him being that solo front line. Trying to get a jab off for the CC by himself. A little bit more time. Unfortunately, just not enough. Going to easily result in a T1. Now, I'm wondering, they do have 22 seconds on this KA. You have one Brute minion at half health. If one tank's able to tank this a little bit, you could possibly get this bird. Terra gets the beads. X-Ball is able to secure a tower, though. You got to be a little careful. KA is just coming up. Gates of Guinea recognizing that, backing off. They got T1 and Bird and going to get red. A massive spike or lead accruing for them. It's level 18 versus 15s. That is a nightmare. That should must be a full item. It is. For we do have the Phelan on online for this Marty. He definitely can't say it enough. He needed that Titans yesterday. This is a little rough. A nice big Bologna ult in. Gets to KA. Trying to create the separation. Pops Thorns, pushes the X-Ball back. The two tanks. 4 Gates of Guinea. Pulls. Or attempted to pull 2. Gets beads on both. Excuse me. On the Marty. But the Absolution proc off of the Terra. X-Ball's chunking this Titan. This should more than certainly be at least half health. If not able to end. Do Tantalus. Or are they able to step up? Irrelevant. Game 1 going to Gates of Guinea. I thought maybe we'd get a little scuffle there. Maybe they got passed back in time, but just too little too late. I mean, that's rough. Listen, at the end of the day, I love the little bit of spicy pick. We did call for the KA, but picking it in top 2 and getting Ares pick countered, excuse me, just makes that feel so unplayable. Jesse plays Sobek like that? I didn't know he was a Sobek lover. I'm learning something new today. All right, game dos, number 2. Current. Oh, you put a point in a 1. Nothing out of the ordinary. All of it stereotypical, both these tanks immediately going into horrific heavenly. Thank you. Ooh. Appreciate that, Eco. My old age is getting to me already. It's crazy. You have full wave to clear. Yuhong pops. Horn shard. You have enough damage. They should. They secure it, but the Wuhong is getting poked out a little bit for it's the 3 KA. Now doing a little bit of damage in return. The whale's getting chunked down. However, the Blona's turning it back onto that KA. What's up, Rencharo? How are you, man? They do secure the purple, picked up by the Terra. Whale's backing. We have pots ticking on this Yuhong and KA. Bologna do be doing numbers. You say numbers like it's not just 200 damage more than this KA. I'm glad you're doing so well. Pookie! Hey, girl. Good dash forward by the Bologna. Make sure she doesn't get clapped. Ultimates are up for Tantalus. Red shouldn't spawn here. I'm good, girl. I'm very, very, very tired. Just about fell asleep sitting up. I'm at that point. A little worn out. But it's okay. We are still kicking. So he's backs his whale state. I wonder if he's going to full clear this. I'm assuming not, because you want this XP to go to gate your other 2 for that level 5 spike, especially going to the red buff. But I was just curious because the whale did it back. Is going to be down T2 minor, but he does only have a T1. The whale gets chunked down by the Wuhan. All heavenly is used. So both relics down on both teams. Hold on, they actually are turning a fair amount of damage onto this Bologna. She doesn't have ult to really back up. Hachi getting a decent banner onto this Wuhong, backing him up. That should result in a red pull. Hachi's the only one that could possibly... Oh, I'm not gonna lie, that looked fairly close. Really well played by the Hachi. Almost was able to thread the needle there with the range 1. But I had mad respect for that. I love the attempt. However, it does go to Tantalus. So both neutral buffs, however small that is, a little bit of something in the pockets of Tantalus to start the game out. Already a Blackthorn online here for this KA. So the Blackthorn into Glat Shield. Again, I am curious to see how this KA actually plays out, considering last game we didn't get to see it get a chance to really represent itself into an Ares. However, he does have the chance to really show himself. Habana with the raid. I appreciate you, big dog. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully your stream went well. Johnson did just land. KA gets small ult, gets that stun, a little bit of damage onto the Hachi. However, cast by the Yuhong was used on waves. Johnson pulled here by Gates of Guinea. Natalie 100% can do it, I believe. seeing... There's not a ton of openings here. Both teams looking to the back, getting these thieves online. Full first items. So gem and a Cronus Pennant, needing that cooldown. We're going to need to see a flat pen or percent pen, I'm assuming here. I mean, I guess you could go Soul Gem going for that cooldown. I'm interested to see what build path, or build curve he elects to take. Especially into a double front line, considering you are that DPS. Whale's taken up in the air, big ult. Bologna ult off the mark on this Yuhong. However, damage not enough to really put down this whale. Yuhong ult. However, the Wuhong able to put the whale down. First blood does go to Tantalus, so this trade is going in favor of first blood gold, but the damage on this Yuhong from this Bologna showing why that character is considered a raid boss. This Yuhong's got to be real careful. The Scourge almost over the wall. What a wild play that would have been. KA is hovering this red. The Hachi is thinking about it. He's thinking about throwing up an F6 and realizes he can't because it was stolen by KA. Small ult used on the Hachi. Blue was stolen here by the Bologna. So we did get red, but give up our blue. Take a quick peek here. Leveling the one. It's crazy that's your first blood spike and then the return kill. Definitely a power struggle. We are still dead even. I'm wondering what spikes here are really gonna spell a lot. I'm assuming if I am Tantalus, I'm wanting to get this glass shield online for this KA. I want to get this pen item. I'm assuming it's going to be a flat pen, possibly a Spear of Deso there for the Yuhong. But that does catch my attention. This Hachi elects to go the glyph right away. Minis are pulled. Bologna was trying to steal one. Johnson just hitting the ground. KA chunked down a little bit. He is kind of solo frontline here. Baku Kujira ult down. Yuhong uses ult to create some kind of separation / peel for his KA. Johnson does go in favor, so 2 ults for 1. Quick peek. Red not yet spawning. Yuhong cast not able to connect to the Baku Kujira. This giant motherfucking whale. Red is secured by Gates of Guinea. This Bologna is now the target of the aggression. She doesn't have ult. The whale gets a decent push, but is the damage there to kill the Bologna? But the Hachi actually dashes in, gets a return. I think the Hachi could have fought a little further. I love that aggression. Could have stayed and actually fought that out because Yuhong did not have cast. The Heavenly was used to get Tantalus out. Both teams immediately disengaged after the 1-for-1. I'm a little concerned here. Yuhong stayed not healthy. He's going to have to just focus and clear wave. Hachi getting some really good damage on this tower. Gates of Genie now really have to be conscious of when these Johnsons drop, making sure that they secure it so that Tantalus can't heal that tower. Johnson spawning now. So we secure this Johnson. Got to really conscious in the next one. Plenty of ward coverage here by Tantalus. 3 wards on the map. Whale back stopped. Hachi going Kin straight into Dom. I gotta check it again because I'm just curious. So you go Hachi, so we're gonna go here. Oh, look at his HP. They are over 20. Okay. So he is getting the value off that 1.5, not the full 6. Checking the HP on both those tanks. Terra did immediately skip here. The Majesty starting going straight into Midgard. Feeling that is significantly more important. If Natalie decides it, it's 100% tech. She's got a bigger... I would never question that. Listen, this is the new meta. T1s, T2s, you're freaking welcome. We've been blessed. Nat is the queen for a reason. They actually caught the whale dash, but unfortunately Bologna is zoning Yuhong. The red was able to be secured by Nat. Hachi gets a nice little ult across 3. Yuhong cast on 2 though. We get a nice ult on the whale. Gotta be a little careful. Forced to back up. Should be, again, semi-even here. XP favoring, or war favoring pre-wave, I apologize. Bologna actually blinks in, hold on. Bologna does have ult. Unfortunately, gets stunned out. You gotta put a little respect on what Natalie is doing. Both teams will be back and looking for that spike. This should be enough here for Midgard here for Nat. So we actually went Chronos Pendant into Obshard, 20% pen right away. I wonder if this is going to be a Soul Reaver. We do have a double Midgard and a Hachi. This makes me die a little bit inside as an ADC main. Not necessarily because the auto attack's slow, but more so because the movement speed's slow. And both of them. Purple is secured by Gates of Guinea. They are a triple auto attacker. No one's discrediting that. The value that they're going to receive from this double Midgard is going to be substantial. Johnson is down. Lona is on top of this Yuhong, but Johnson did go to Tantalus. They did get their hands on it. The whale is the target of most of the aggression. Big ult is down. Bologna ult the Yuhong. Do they have enough damage? Yuhong ult down. Just not able to connect with the whale. Red's up. Gotta be a little careful. The ult that's up is his KA. Elects to use it on the blown up for the stun. Have to back up. The damage. Yuhong able to secure red with his 2. Gotta be a little conscious. There's gonna be a dominance back here for the Hachi. I'm wondering if that is gonna be a Soul Reaver here for the Yuhong. Dominance into Titans. Alright. It is a Soul Reaver. Interesting. I wonder, is it going to be a Staff of Mirrodin for cooldown and percent pen? Johnson is landing now. It's a big push by the Whale, getting both members of Tantalus off of the Johnson. Lona ults in on the K8. K8 being the target. Be a little careful. Purple's gonna be spawning shortly. Again, we start talking about some of those big spikes. It's an absolution for Terra. Looking for that cleanse for her and the Yuhong possibly. BKA is getting chunked down by this Hachi. Hachi ults in. Do they have enough damage? They don't. The Whale able to survive 1 HP. And there's a Bologna Hachi tearing through the front line of Tantalus. This is that one fight that just went from bad to worse. Red spawning momentarily. Yuhong doesn't have all. It needs to just clear this wave to keep this Hachi out. Whale dashes in, trying to give some separation for this Hachi to secure T1. Both tanks are down for just under 10 seconds. Now T1 should go down. Should be a red buff. They are calling out for both neutrals. Hachi getting red, Bologna getting purple. At this point, I wonder if they're actually going to be looking for either a fight or bull, or they're going to wait for their level 20 spikes to make sure that they have a big secure. It's a level 19 into a level 16. I did not adjust this. I am actually trolling for that. I apologize. It's a little crazy. I can always call it that build. He does go Mirrodin for the percent pen and the cooldown. Yuhong blinked on by this Bologna. Didn't get a ton of value there. You gotta be a little careful. They don't have blinks to really close gap, but the Whale obviously holding the corner. You can see the mystical ticking. Bologna on 2. Hachi pulls. The fight is kind of split. It is 3/4 health. Already at half. Horrific used on the Yuhong by this Bologna. Terra gets ulted by the Bologna. Good separation, making sure that this Hachi is able to secure Bull. Should be an easy back. You have level 20 for this Hachi. That starter spike, especially when it's gilded, is going to be a massive spike here for Hachi. Natalie is a queen among us all. We won't be taking no bad mouth. It's definitely not her. We are merely peasants. Red spawning shortly. Hachi does get this starter online. Should path in, get wave red, and look for this bird. This is that spike. This should easily be that go button. I'm wondering what that in is for Tantalus. They gotta find something. Either big poke out on these tanks or a possible pick. Baku Kijura goes straight into ult, slowing his KA. Hachi easily securing tower here. Tower slash bird, excuse me. Whale poked out. Gates of Genie happy with taking bird, grabbing red, farming up for the level 20 for this Bologna to get starter herself. That would make 2 starters. Assuming this Bologna is going to be able to get it. I think she just clears way. How close is she? Ooh. It's close. Might actually be enough for this purple. Nice little purple buff. And Axe of Animosity. Doesn't hit. That's unfortunate. It should be a blue then. Just content farming it out. Yuhong does hit level 20. Doesn't have enough for starter though. Just short. Needs one. Lona didn't back for starter either, so only one currently with starter is this Hachi Yuhong backing now. It's a league actually, so it's 6 weeks of league play. They're playing for seeding in the playoff tournament. It's based off of who's higher seeded. So yes, the lower number, i.e., the higher seed going into the set, they get to create lobby and pick first or second, and the loser of gamer number 1 creates and picks after that. That is competitive Smite as I know it or have seen it. That's how they do it in drafts as well. So. Bull is pulled. Should be. Oh, this wall's killing me. Should be easily secured. Not even contested by Tantalus. This next fight should spell everything. You don't have starters yet for this tank. I wonder how close this KA is. Take a pick at gold. It's 100 gold off. But it might be too little too late considering you have 2 starters on both the Hachi and the Bologna leading into it, while the only one with starter is this Yuhong. Do they have enough to defend? The Bakujira more often not going to just step in and ult, creating a ton of separation. There it is. Hachi able to tank or just chunk this Titan. They have to go all in at him. Hachi dashes away. Hachi ults back in, creating a ton of damage. That should be game. And a GG Gates of Genie taking it 2-0. A ton of that information, sir, is going to be in the Discord. So if you ! Discord, I post the current standings, the rosters, everything's in there. She did try. A valiant effort. We did get to see the KA. You can buy Sundering Axe? Dude, okay, so I've been hearing that a lot. I don't understand. Is that just a bug for Sundering Axe? Surely it's just for Sundering Axe itself, right? But a GG to both teams. The win going to Gates of Genie.